Hey, good morning, everybody. It's time for Morning Manna, and you already know on the road, but I got a word for you on this morning and want to share a great word with you on this morning. God dropped this into my spirit a couple days ago, and I said, I'm going to absolutely share this on the first day of this work week about being the church you versus the cookout you. The church you versus the cookout you. Want to greet some people, then we're going to get right into the word on this morning. Let me see how I can do that. Let me see. Good morning, Erica. How are you on this morning? Joya, how are you? Diane, how are you all on this morning? Angela, how are you on this morning? Deborah, how are you? Angela, I'm in your backyard this morning. That's right. In North Kakalaki, got some convocation attendance that I got to do. And so that's where I am. And I got a word that I'm going to share with you all on this morning. And did you go to church yesterday? Where did you go to church? And I want to shout out all of the life changers who invited a family or friend to church on yesterday. Awesome worship on yesterday. Oh my God, the dance ministry was awesome, and then the word was even better. It was a wonderful time. Good morning, Anna. Good morning, Verena. How are you? Good morning, Gloria. How are you? Good morning, Betty. How are you? Elder Mobley. How are you guys on this morning? I want to ask you this question: which you do you prefer, the church you or the cookout you? It's the church you versus the cookout you. And that's what I'm going to share on this morning. The text, the talk, the takeaway, and then you got to then share this manna so somebody else can get the revelation that you get by putting what you believe I'm saying in your heart in the chat area. The church you versus the cookout you. Which do you prefer? Let's get into it. Here's the text. The text is Matthew 23:23. You've heard it before. I want you to hear it again through different lenses on this morning and for the first time. Jesus talking to the Pharisees, the publicans, and the lawyers. He says, woe to you, you hypocrites. You hypocrites. You're like whitewashed tombs, beautiful on the outside, with dead men's bones on the inside. Beautiful on the outside, but like dead men's bones on the inside. Now, he's talking about being a hypocrite. I need you to grab a hold of the fact that I'm not talking to you this morning about the cookout you versus the church you in terms of a hypocrite in the way that you may be thinking. The way we typically think in terms of a hypocrite is, oh, someone is living a saved life or a sinner's life and then claiming that they're saved. It's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about something totally different. The first thing that I grab from this text is Jesus is saying to them, you need to be authentic. You need to have the authentic self. So many times we walk around trying to be people that we're not. Not necessarily talking about sinful life, but I'm simply not satisfied with who I am. Therefore, I'm never authentic because I assume that people will never accept the authentic me. The authentic me is really a cookout me. But I put on the church me because I think that's what people will accept. The first thing, be authentic. How do you be authentic? The second thing is this, self reflection. You need to have some honest self reflection. What I have found is that people simply will not be honest with themselves. Who are you? Do you really know who you are? Have you really asked the question and then answered it honestly? Who are you? Who am I? And then really answered it. And then really answered it. This is who I am. Because it's the authentic you that God is trying to bless. God is trying to speak into your life, not the fake you. Authentic self, self reflection. Here's the third thing, The Janish you versus the real you. The Janish you versus the real you. Let's go back to the text. What Jesus is saying here in the text is this. He calls them a hypocrite. The Greek word for hypocrite is that same picture that you see when you go to the theater, or you go to the Fox, or you go somewhere, and you will see this two-faced symbol of a person looking forward and backwards. It is what a actor puts on when they are doing things. They put this mask on to become an actor, someone else. The Greeks call it the Janus. It's the same word that we have for January, that's looking forward and backwards. It's two people trying to be the same person at the same time. You got to make up your mind. So you got to have the authentic you, self reflection, determine the Janus you versus the real you. What's your takeaway this morning? Be you. Nobody else can. Be you. Nobody else can. The Lord be with you today. His face shine upon you, give you peace. Share this manna. If it bless you, bless somebody else. Don't keep it to yourself. Bye now.